First, we're going to start with an opening from Mr. Prochenko. Then we are absolutely honored to have Mr. Ralf Schneider together with us, the CIO of Allianz. Then we are going to have an interesting presentation, which is again talking about the cyber risks from Mr. Alexiev. And then we're going to have an interesting panel tackling these matters, which are actually we're going to look from a different perspective, from a perspective of the key topics and tendencies, the latest trends, and how do they relate to the local Bulgarian market. Can you please, with the person in front or back of you, exchange your business cards? And let me assure you that this is enough of an information so that a malicious person actually starts and attacks you in 1,000 different ways. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Prochenko.
You know Allianz as a group, as a company relatively well. Still, not many people know that it's not only core insurance business, it's also Allianz is one of the largest asset managers in the world. But also in Bulgaria, Allianz is far more than just an insurer. So this is an honor and also for us a duty to provide good service, but also that our customers know they are secure and safe with us. The topic is much bigger than what we see on the surface, because if something happens in this area, it's not common sense to talk much about that.
Cyber risk and cyber security or cyber risk is a little bit like cancer. It would be a wonder when you are not, or a miracle if you are not affected. One of the best hackers on this planet at the moment, but coming more and more. And he said to me, this is an iPhone 5, yeah? And he had a charger and showed me this charger. He needs exactly 13 seconds and then it's not anymore your iPhone, it's his iPhone. It's gone, it's gone. So we are living in a digital age, everybody knows, we connect everything with everything, IoT and so on, but it's totally clear when you have endless opportunities, you have endless risks. And both in the digital arena, it's all about software. Know yourself. You cannot defend anything when you do not know what you have in your pockets. The hacker cannot each and every day hack at the moment, yeah? So a lot of companies have pure luck. You have to understand your IT, not delegate it. And I say it loud and clear. Okay, I'm the CIO, the Chief Information Officer, it's easy to say. But you should not have a Chief Executive Officer or a Managing Director of your company which do not understand his IT. This is gone. Your customers, where you are a supplier, will force you that you show that you are secure. The enemies are growing. And first of all, why are these enemies are growing? First of all, a lot of money is governmental sponsored. The hackers are really at the moment organized like companies, like hacking companies. You can get all the knowledge of hacking very easily in real time out of the internet. The first layer is protection layer. But the next layer, this is a very interesting layer, and we invested as Allianz since 3 years a lot of money and also skills to use this tool. This is the detection layer, because when the attacker is in your house, when the thief is in the house, you have to detect him. Yeah, it's the following: when a server is connected to another server, then there are connections we can go. Normally 3 or 5 connections where you go from server A to B. What you can do is you put in 10 fake connections. And when the attacker is taking a fake connection, then the alarm, the alert is coming. These are worldwide all the incidents, cybersecurity incidents of Allianz. It's all relative green because are small incidents, easy to handle. And I see here not only in real time that we have these incidents, but I see also how the response is working, whether they are fast enough to close this alert. You have to recover your software, and you have to recover, this is more for the IT, you have for the IT guys, you have to recover your identity and access management systems. It's called, I do not know exactly whether you know it, Active Directory. Yeah? How I store my Active Directory offline. Because this is the last line of defense. Yeah? You have to store it not only in the network, because it's compromised, but it's not easy. It costs some money, and you have to be persistent, and so on. The last topic, what I want to say, is this last layer. Please think about, you have to build in this cybersecurity a learning organization. It's 2 zettabyte data. Zettabyte, not megabyte, not gigabyte, not terabyte, not petabyte, zettabyte. Do anybody have a clue what is 2 zettabyte of data? It's about 12.5 billion years, so older than our universe, of full HD video streaming. And what's in the world is going larger and larger, each and every second.
Cyber risk is basically in the last 4 or 5 years climbing up strongly, being identified as a second top risk, BI exposure and data breach and confidentiality breach exposure. Coming back again to the cure, or what we can do as Allianz to help our clients protect their businesses. Of course, we offer our Cyber Protect product to help the client improve their IT security measures or internal IT protocols and procedures.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we enter into the part where we're going to have a group of panelists with whom we'll keep discussing this important topic about the risks and also the prevention. Let me start, Ralph, we start with you. In the InsurTech, topics like artificial intelligence, machine learning, insurance on demand, how are they going to change the insurance business? And also, what would be the security implication of have more and more from them?
The insurance will not be in the future only to manage the crisis or to manage the damage, but to give also a service to be more secure. So the insurance will not only be a calculation, but it will come with services. And
let's start a little bit with the broader market, which is expected to grow considerably in the coming years. Nowadays, it's somewhere to the order of, let's say, $4 billion. Still, the majority of the premium is coming from the US, and Europe has a rather smaller share of the premium and sharing with Asia, so I'd guess somewhere around 70% of the premium, or 60 to 70% coming from the US. At the same time, we have small and medium enterprises, and they have a different level of readiness. Unfortunately, still in Bulgaria, the insurance market penetration itself is low, so you can imagine that for a rather niche type of coverage like cyber, we are looking at still room for development. So our role is communication to customers, education, events like this, discussions like this, making sure the product is not misunderstood.
First of all, I'd like to say I feel very protected sitting here. I've got a lawyer, IT experts, insurances, and we actually have Allianz's cyber insurance, and it is a necessity for us. An interesting fact, every month we have 10,000 cyber attacks at 60K. Now, you might think that is incredible, but it's not. Every day, through my email system, I have between 7 and 10 phishing emails trying to get my data, the data of the company. And they're becoming more and more sophisticated every day.
Thank you very much. With this, I would like to open for questions from your end.
Do you expect also to have a kind of threat intelligence gathering from the dark web, like future attacks which might, occur on your customers, involved in your product which you will provide to your customers? Thank you.
You have to find a way what's going on in this darknet, what is sold, what data is in, and so on. And what I see in the future, the very tricky thing, you have to look also, but we do this also with partners, what software is sold in the darknet.
My question is towards Atanas regarding your product. Have you got any claims? And if you had, can you share with us how your product helped the client?
In the example which I just shared in the previous question, where there was a ransomware attack, in this case they reacted and we managed to put the company in operation within several days.
Today, for this short period of time, we had a chance to learn actually from a very high profile people what are the key business risks when it comes to cybersecurity and what kind of attacks we could get. We learned also some very practical aspects of how to prepare, how to react, and what we can do in advance. I would like to say a big thank you to everyone.